All right, let me buffer that a little.
They're
okay.
curious.
Okay, no. So stand-up comedians are perceptive people.
Yes,
and
for sure.
And they're aware, and they notice things that you don't notice. They see the same things you do and get to shape it in a way you never thought possible, and then you end up laughing at other things, at yourself.
Was it your idea to do your show with stand-ups?
So what we have there are several of us who created this concept, and we there's Helen Matsos is one of the partners, and there's another one who's now left, but what's his name? I'll get his name in a minute. But there were three of us who David Gamble is his name. The three of us got together and applied for a National Science Foundation grant. What we said was, there are programs out there that serve people who already know they like science. But who serves the people who don't know they like science? Or better yet, the people who know they don't like science? There's nothing for them because they've already rejected it. They're not going to tune in to Science Friday because they don't like science on NPR, right? So what we thought was, suppose we bring in a celebrity. That's the pop culture draw. This is the pop culture scaffold. We bring in this scaffold and clad the scaffold with science. Because whatever the celebrity does, it doesn't matter. There's going to be science in that person's life. We had the guy who portrayed Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
A lot of science in that. But there is.
Well,
like,
no, there's
like that suit that he had to wear?
Exactly. So what we did was we interviewed him, and we talked about the technology necessary to portray Gollum as he portrayed that live. That was not some later animation. He is live, and he's got his whole body wired up for this, and he is that voice, and he is portraying it. So whatever it is that you have done, that you do, there is because it's evidence that science is everywhere. You can't say, I'm done with science, let me sell my textbook and move on to other things. Because practically anything else you do has been touched by science. And so Star Talk is a celebration of that. And then it jumps species. And so now we're on TV now. All right? It's a TV show on National Geographic Channel, Star Talk. And since you started this, by the way, I didn't come here to talk about you. You started this. It's our fourth year in a row where we're nominated for an Emmy for outstanding informational programming.
Are you going to keep doing Cosmos too, though?
So Cosmos. So I have 1 week remaining out of like 70 shoot days to finish shooting Cosmos, Possible Worlds, premiering spring 2019. Oh. That's the third installment of Cosmos, if you trace the first one to Carl Sagan back in 1980.
I used your segment on wolves, on how wolves became dogs. Showed it to my kids.
And that's
and
right.
You could see the little wheels spinning like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, that's how a dog became a dog?
And what you didn't see is I'm sitting at the campfire in this snowy environment, and they got wolves walking around me. They're on these fishing wires because they are not dogs.
Right.
Okay. They
do whatever the fuck they want.
Correct.
Yeah.
And when they're looking at you, it's like, should I rip his neck out now or later when I'm more hungry?
Right.
They're not. There's no eye contact with them because they don't see you as anything other than something they could possibly eat. And so you can't interact with them the way you would with ordinary dogs. So they're on these fishing, high-tension fishing wire that you can't see against the snow. And they're like hooting and hollering around me as I describe. And the name of that show is And the Wolf Shall Become the Shepherd. Yeah.
My friend did a commercial with a wolf. And there's this commercial where he's running up this mountain and the wolf is there. And at the end of the commercial, they had to get the wolf to snarl. So what the trainer does is he shows the wolf some meat, and then he pulls the meat away from the wolf. And the wolf snarls, and they're like, and then the commercial's over. He's like, no, there's no working after that. Like, there's no, you're not going to be near the wolf.
Right.
Like, that switch is turned on.
You're done.
Yeah, and it's crazy. He's like, once that thing snarled, everybody just backed off, and the trainer let everybody know, like, once I get to this point, we're done. Like, there's no more. And that thing's like, okay. Everybody, we're done. Let's get the fuck out of here.